I always loved my food. But when I left Iran, I didn't think of our food as anything special. It was a food I grew up with. But when I went to Iran, after 9 years, suddenly I realized, oh my God, our food can totally take a center stage. Somebody has to show our food to the world. I came to New York and I threw myself in a food scene. Back then, my husband and I indulged ourselves. I explored the whole world cuisine here in New York on the palm of my finger, and being so passionate about food, that's all I did. When I went to Iran, and the food scene became a little bit more elaborate, and I thought we have Indians, Chinese, Thai, all that food are being represented, and Persian food can not only stand up to all these food, has a merit of its own. And I was struck by how people were comparing our food to like Middle Eastern. Yes, we are logistically located in Middle East, but our food is so different. I was getting really mad. No, our food has a culture and character of its own, and it needs to be represented as such. I grew up eating kofteh berenji, which is meatball with rice. The meatballs are very light. We don't process them too much. We handle them very lightly, so they're kind of airy. And the broth is saffron and tomato and onion. And when you serve it with the broth. And I always serve it at home with a bowl of yogurt. So my kids could add as much or as little as yogurt to the broth. They would gulp down the meatball first, the broth, they would add the yogurt, and that's how they ate it. So here I'll just put a scoop of thick yogurt on top, and that's how people eat it here. Same exact dish my mother made, I made for my kids, and now being served here. Iranians have so many ways of doing rice. Probably it can become a book by itself. We always have saffron basmati rice. That is like the jewel of Persian cooking, and is the most comforting food in the world if it's done right. The herb rice is a combination of 5 herbs in there. It's cilantro, parsley, scallion, dill, and fenugreek as mix of all the herbs. So we layering them, semi-cooked al dente rice. We just create a bed of herb rice in the bottom with oil and spices. And then we build up a little bit of rice, a little bit of herb until the pot is over. We cover the lid and we steam the rice just enough to get the crust. The rice is almost cooked, but we just want the crust to be also crispy. And that's the whole flair of it. After the war, we had a lot of migration and movement. People from South came to my city. They brought this dish, balye mahi, with them. To me, it was like, wow, this is amazing. Never had anything like that. But that was just one time. And I tried to do it here a couple of times. It was okay, but it wasn't what I remember. And then my best friend, she's from South. She's a fabulous cook. And I asked her to make her version one time. And she made it, I watched her. And I made my version, and we put them side by side, and they were very close. So I washed her carefully, the same way I washed my mother. I wanted this dish to be authentic. I did not want to be someone who's not from that area, and representing that dish is just wrong. And trusting her cooking, and when she said, this is it, we have an amazing fishmonger who gives us the best fish I have ever seen in New York. So we crisp up the skin, but leave the texture moist. The sauce goes on top, lots of herbs, lots of onion, garlic, and chili, cooked slowly over a long, long time. People literally lick their plates. In the beginning, I was so excited. I was taking pictures of these massive amount of plates that there is not a grain of rice in it. And to me, when I hear the laughter and the buzz, empty plate, I'm done, every night. Sofreh has lots of meaning in our culture. Sofreh literally means a piece of cloth we put either on a floor or on a table before we eat, just like a placemat here. That's literal translation of Sofreh. But Sofreh has also so many other meanings. And there's one particular Sofreh meaning means a lot to me, and that is when you make a wish. And when your wish comes true, you cook a large meal, you get people to help you because it's for a good cause, and you give away the food. And that is called Sofreh Nazr. So when I thought of name, when I was like really thinking hard, it just embodies food, embodies fun. And one day I was like, Sofreh, what else?